What is the language of the corporate household?
Never thought of it that way. Like I alluded to earlier, it depends on, everyone loves to hear that they're doing good, or people want to feel good about themselves. So affirmation, I guess, is one of them, because the book actually touches on determining your management style, like I discussed earlier. Like for an example, I had one manager, he was very, he wanted to know what was going on. What's next? He's very organized. I think he was from the military. He's very time conscious, wanted details and all of that. So words of affirmation, and basically people want to feel like they are important. Because one of the traits that I have is I'm a technical expert. I'm the person that I'm the go-to person, or they come to me anytime there's a technical issue, and most of the time, for some reason, by the grace of God, I'm able to figure things out, or I don't act by speaking promptly. Sometimes I may say, let me think about this for a minute, let me get back to you, especially if I don't know. I don't shoot off the hip, guys. Please don't shoot off the hip, because you never know who you're talking to. Like I said, I've been in meetings before, like I alluded to in the previous videos, where I'm so laid back and the people don't actually think I'm an engineer, because I don't talk all the technical terms all the time. But words of affirmation, getting back to that, is I appreciate the enthusiasm. That's one of the affirmation terms I use. I really appreciate your enthusiasm around this project or around this topic. And by me alluding to that, I automatically get the guards go down with management, and people realize, or they feel like I'm really, really trying to listen to them and I'm paying attention. And I appreciate it. I appreciate their dedication for being a manager. I appreciate their open door policy. Things like that. Those are those buzzwords that they like to hear. Other thing is, let me know what I can do for you. What else can I do? Little things like that will take you a long way, or that'll break down the barriers with management, and they will feel like you have a genuine interest in their well-being, a genuine interest in doing a great job, a genuine interest in making them look good. So management wants to look good. So I guess affirmation is one of them. I even like affirmation. Whenever I do something, I've had several guys, Cornelius, how did you know that? How did you know that was a problem? What caused that? And that made me feel good. But I didn't get arrogant or egotistic about it. I just said, hey, I've seen something similar before, and I said a quick prayer before I approached this problem, and maybe God gave me the answer. I don't ever take credit of me. I'm the one did this. I always allude to someone else. Or anytime I can give recognition, I do that. I remember one time we was in a production meeting, and we had this pump had failed, and it kept failing, and the lead time was like 18 months to get that pump back in, and we didn't have one in storage. So my thinking was, we had several mechanics out there, technicians that had been out there for over 30 years. So I went out and asked several of the guys, hey, look, what do you guys think going on with this pump? The capacity of it keeps failing, it's not meeting the capacity. And one of the guys was like, you asking me? I said, yes, you've been here for over 30 years, right? He said, yes. He said, but what happened about 5 years ago, it may have been longer, the internals was actually changed out with another pump internals. And that was rated at a lower capacity than the other. So they was trying to pump more capacity or production through that pump, and they wouldn't receive it. So the next morning I went into the meeting, and I brought that technician in with me. I said, this is what's going on, and I gave that technician credit for being able to resolve that problem for us. So affirmation is one. Acts of service, which I just talked about in affirmation, some of the acts of services as well. So you got to make sure that you take care of your people, you're taken care of, and volunteer. I volunteer to do a lot of things on projects, and I will stretch myself because I'm always in the mode of constantly learning. So anything that tests me or put me out there on edge, I will volunteer for that so I can learn, and that only takes you to your next level. So for the languages, and I never even thought about looking at it that way, but you can adjust to 5 love languages, and that's a great question to almost anything. So my 2 languages for the corporate hustle is the acts of services and the words of affirmation.